Good morning! PDC Hayward here doing my daily Solforge video. Had a big day yesterday, so didn't actually get to play Solforge at all, but I'm making up for it this morning, which is why I'm in my dressing gown. Let's see what we got this morning. Ooh, normal booster. Last night, not last night, the day before yesterday when I played my third game, I actually got a free Synapses Oracle, so that was nice to get a legendary, even if it was a legendary that I already had three of. Still exciting. Oh, yes! That's amazing! It's a legendary Arcfight Squadron, which I have wanted forever because I don't have. I've got three Bright Steel Sentinels. I've got a Bright Steel Gargoyle. I wanted to put together a robot deck forever, but I've been waiting to get one of those. I could do that now, but I've got work to do because it is not after everything's done. But I might make one and play that as my daily game tonight. Instead, I'm going to play a deck that I got off the Solforge forums. It's by a guy called Unsigned. It's a pure Uterra deck, which I don't normally play. That's not it. I thought, I'm trying out different stuff, and I really like this deck. I played about 15 games of it 2 days ago. It's meant to have two Uterra Packmasters. I only have one, so I just put a extra Root Forged in. It's got a pair of Echo Wisps, three Rune Groves, two Shard Plate Delvers, two Moss Beards, and this is kind of the core of the deck, the Bramblewood Guardian, which is strange. Like, I really like that. You don't see this is a common. You don't really see people playing it much. It's 2/9, 6/14, 12/24, and these things are just hard to kill. They've just got really high health, so they're just tricky to do anything against. It's got some Grove Huntresses, which I don't really use much. They're kind of a last resort card. Gemhide Basher, that's really just for shapers. Shagrice, I've never played. I've played him like once maybe. He's really not a big part of this deck. I think that's for if you're against a stall deck. Three Life Shaper Savants, which I know I'm very, very anti-Life Shapers, but because this is pure Uterra, this is actually playing Savant as if it's after the patch, so I'm okay with it. Also, it's Life Shaper, which is not a hugely intimidating one. A couple of Botanimates to deal with Grimgort Devourers and Predators. Root Forged Avatar to deal with cards, Enrage and Ferocious Roar. It's not like a deck that I would normally play, and that's sort of what I enjoy about it. I've played a heap of games to get the hang of it, and now I've been pretty consistently winning with it. I think it's actually a really strong deck. Hopefully I'll be able to... I even beat two different Shaper decks. I had a run of, I think, 9 games in a row with this, or something crazy like that. I just think it's a really nicely constructed deck. It's different, it's interesting, it does well against most of the normal threats, just because of the high health of those Bramblewoods. And I like that it's using the Bramblewood, which is an underused card by most people. So I thought I'd take a break from Savants and show you that one. Like I said, I think it's really cool. Let's see how I go. There's Synapses Oracle. I'm just going to Root Forge that and play a Shard Plate, I guess. It does okay against these... No, I'm going to play two Root Forge, because if I'm playing a long-term deck, like a stall deck, like a... Not a stall deck, what am I trying to say? If I'm playing a deck that relies on third level stuff, then playing all my tough first level cards is a good move. So here I'm probably going to play a Bramblewood and a Ferocious Roar. The guy who wrote this deck put a priority list in, so you always play Uterra. If you're about to level up, you play your Rune Grove, whatever they're called. Ooh, Dreadbolt, nice. Yeah, I don't actually know what I can do about that now. I might chuck a Grove Huntress in front of it, enrage it, and buffer. That'll bring her up to only 8, isn't it? Oh yeah, 8. I'm going to play Bramblewood, and if I'm going against a deck that's going to be really good level 3, Shagrice makes sense, I think. Let's see how we go. So you always play Uterra Packmaster. Whenever possible, you play... Yeah, if you're about to level up, you play Runegrove, then you play your Life Shapers, then your Echo Wisps, and then your Bramblewoods. So Bramblewood, while being the core of the deck, is not actually that highly ranked in terms of that priority. Then level 2, you can generally get a Moss Beard out and just heal everything else up. It's incredible. It's a really cool deck with a lot of cool synergy. I'm going to play Uterra and a Shaper. Oh, that's not good. That's even worse. Nothing I can do about that at the moment. Crap, this guy's kicking my ass. So this might not be the best example of the deck, because so far They are whopping my behind. Gonna chuck a Uterra out in front of the Synapsis and a Life Shaper in the corner. We're out of reach of the Grimgaunt. So that Uterra Packmaster should hopefully survive long enough to level up my dudes. And yes, that is a really nice draw at this stage because I'm about to level up, so I'll be able to play a Runegrove Guardian. I'll let him attack and I'll be able to play a Runegrove in front of the Grimgaunt and a second Runegrove, leaving me going into level 2 with 2 8/8s and whatever else I've got on the board. Having said that, he'll... oh, maybe I should Botanimate him. Yeah, I'm going to Botanimate him. Just because otherwise I'm still going to... oh no. Oh, I can't decide. I'm going to Botanimate just because he's playing Necrium. So I'm going to Botanimate and then chuck a Runegrove. Nah, screw it. Let's play 2 Runegroves. Ah, okay, if I... crap. I'm going to play an Echo Wisp because that'll trade with the Grimgaunt and leave me with a bonus 1 out. And a Runegrove. There we go. Okay. Made up my mind. I've not played this game for a whole 24 hours and I've forgotten everything I learned. And they go up to a 9/9, which is pretty good for the start of level 2. Unless he managed to Dreadbolt it, which will be annoying. Cool, I'm going to play Uterra, and then if he managed to kill something, I'll play an Echo Wisp in 2 lanes. If he doesn't, I'll play my Bramblewood. Because Bramblewoods, yeah, they're so hard to kill, and between the buffs of the Uterras, the buffs of Ferocious Roars, Enrages, and especially the Life Shapers. Cool, so I'll play Echo Wisp in the gap. Oh, nice. That's annoying. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, just lose a creature, I guess. Yeah, between the various buffs, the Bramblewoods, like, you can't kill them when they come out, and they just get bigger and bigger, and then when you can start healing them with the... so he's going to have a level 3 Scrapforge out pretty soon. Okay, I think I'm going to lose this one. I didn't manage to rush as effectively as I would have liked. I'll play Rootforge in front of it, that'll trade nicely. And I'll play Life Shaper over my other Life Shaper. Ah, Lyria. Lyria is a cool card. So yeah, these are all the ones that... oh, that's my Sugar Ice. I got excited thinking he had one, but no, he's playing Necrium Aloyan. Lyria is a good one to Technosmith. This is actually a really cool deck I'm playing against. I like this a lot. He's Technosmithing all the kind of interesting level 1 cards. So then I'll buff everyone. I will lose my Uterra, but the only alternative was playing a Life Shaper and then a level 1, and I didn't much want to do that. And I've got a pretty good board presence at this stage. I'm going to play my Shragrias, and then a Life Shaper level 1, and then buff probably the Rootforged. Ah, your Epidemics all over the shop. I'm going to play the Shragrias just because otherwise I have no way of dealing with his really freaking tough level 2 cards, and that will be annoying. Level 3 cards. Shragrias and an Echo Wisp. Oh, I do want to level those Life Shaper. Yeah, I'm going to play a Life Shaper. Targeting the Rootforged. Hopefully he'll survive for a little bit longer. I play, my main deck is Aloyan Necrium, so I know how powerful those early Epidemics can be just to take out... he's basically playing... he's sort of playing it's roughly my deck. There's a lot of Synapses, Oracles, a lot of Technosmiths. I don't have any Lyrias, but it's a lot of Scrapforged, and a lot of Epidemics. And then I'm curious to see what else he has at level... yeah, frickin' Dreadbolts. Again, my equivalent deck is full of Dreadbolts. Now I've drawn a really horrid hand here. I'm not gonna do particularly well on this one. I'll play a second one because I do want to get my daily reward and show off this deck. This is not a great example of this deck working because so far it hasn't been. Let's raw. Just to trade the Synapsis and the Bramblewood in about 3 turns. Holy crap, yeah, when we get to level 3 he's going to kick my ass. Again, I know because I play the deck that he's playing, and he's doing a really good job of it. I'll play the deck again just to show you how it works. Crap! That's really annoying. I could gem hide him, and my gem hide would survive. Oh, I might shard plate. Now, Life Shaper in front of the Synapsis Oracle, because that'll trade without doing me any harm. And then if I shard plate in front of the Technosmith, he does survive. So I shall do that. I'd like to, yeah, I should have leveled that Botanimate way earlier instead of not leveling it at all. If I buff Shagrias, then it survives an extra turn, but I'd rather buff the Shard Plate and have him survive and possibly even grow a little bit. Now I'm within range of a Dreadbolt, so I'm pretty screwed. And another hand of level 1s. Damn. So I'm going to play this deck again. Hopefully showing it off a little bit better than I have at the moment, because currently I've just had my ass pretty consistently kicked. Enrage won't even keep my Life Shaper alive, which is a bugger. I don't know what to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh god, this is depressing, isn't it? If I enrage my Shard Plate, then I can keep it alive. It'll still get wiped out by the Flesh Fiend level 1. I might just concede this. I've pretty thoroughly lost, because he's going to have whole hands full of level 3s coming up, including some horrible stuff, so I'm going to call that a game and go again. I could have possibly got back, but I don't think it would be particularly interesting just watching me systematically lose to Illyria deck. I should have probably kept going. I got, with this same deck, I got really low and then managed to win back, but too late now, never mind. I just want to show a better example. I'm going to play this one to the end, no matter what, to show you that the deck does work. Trouble with the first turn Echo Wisp is that you don't know if you're against the Necrium deck or not. So it looks like I'm going against, I'm going to assume a Flame Shaper / Necrium, Flame Shaper Dark Shaper deck, which, as I said, actually did okay against last time I played this. Until I see Necrium, I won't assume it's in there, so let's chuck an Echo Wisp out. Possibly giving me a little bit of board presence. Possibly getting taken out straight away, as well as my Life Shaper with a single Epidemic. It's a risk. So I got a Uterra, which is nice. If he plays a Shaper, I'll play a Gem Hide, just because I need to level them up. If he doesn't, I might Roar if my Echo Wisps are still alive. See, Master of Elements is just a good card. I really like Master of Elements. I think it's just a nice, strong card. It doesn't necessarily mean... Oh. It's interesting. Oh, nice. I'll be able to Roar and really take advantage of my seedlings that he's given me. I kind of want to attack. I want to Roar and then attack and then chuck a Uterra down in the corner. Because I don't mind losing the Savant, but I want my Uterra to just keep as much health as possible. It does mean I've got a Spring Dryad I'm opposing going mental, but they're going to have to play some pretty nice cards to counter the presence I've got at the moment. Depending on how much that Spring Dryad gets buffed, I might be able to chuck down a Shard Plate combined with the Uterra Packmaster buff. Otherwise I'll have to chuck down a Grove Huntress and buffer. If he's got another Fido Bomb, then that'll be, what, a 10-7, wow. Which even I'll have to play both Grove Huntresses to trade with that. But it doesn't look like he's going to be going down that route. Or she, Mandy, probably a girl. Mandy Lane 3001. Cool, so I can literally chuck anything down to take out the... Let's trade a Bramblewood for a Wildwood. And a Shard Plate. He will die, but that's okay. I want to level him anyway. My Uterra is still going strong. My Packmaster, I should say. And it's a healthy 18 damage. Unopposed. unopposed. So I'll be playing a Life Shape and a Rune Grove. Because it doesn't look like I'm going against the Shaper deck, I'm just going against your generic sort of... I was going to say generic Wildwood deck, but then I remember there was a Master of Elements. I guess that's just to get more spells in for the Wildwood. So yeah, Life Shaper in the corner, I guess, and then Rune Grove in the lane of whoever dies, which looks like it's going to be the Everflame. Taking out my Uterra Packmaster, and that's okay. I'll chuck the Rune Grove down there so that he'll need to take him out with the Everflame. If I put a Life Shaper down that corner... Oh no, yeah, I'll put a Life Shaper down there, because then no matter what he has to trade. Yeah, that's quite a nice turn. So Life Shaper in the corner, Rune Grove in the centre, level up, making him an 8/8, and I've still got some very nice cards on the board. This is a better example of how the deck works. It's good early game, but it just gets stronger as you go, especially with the Life Shapers leveling up. And the Bramblewoods get huge. Bramblewood is a card that I've never even noticed before. Like, I've just been like, oh, that's a generic big health creature. Why would I ever use that? But yeah, it's sort of the center point of this deck. Ooh, Spring Dryad. What can I play against that? I could play a Moss... No, I couldn't. So that Spring Dryad's going to get pretty big pretty fast, which is a little bit scary. Against 5, I'm going to put a Shard Plate in. Oh, yeah, I'm going to put a Shard Plate in. He will probably survive it. The Spring Dryad, I mean, sorry, she will probably survive it. But there's not many other options here, so let's do that. I'll put 8 damage through. My Shard Plate will trade. We'll take out the Wildwood and survive. The Spring Dryad will probably have a few health left, but it'll be on the aggressive, and I'll be able to take it out with a level 1 Life Shaper and buff whoever's still alive. So I'll play level 2 Life Shaper in the corner, level 1 in front of the Spring Dryad, most likely trading. I'm struggling to imagine a situation where it doesn't. And even if it... there we go, that's the situation I was struggling to imagine. But if I buff the Life Shaper, then it will still trade. Oh, no, it won't. 7... yeah, so a buffed Life Shaper will still trade. Ah, crap, and he ferocious drawed all his saplings. That's a very nice move, but... oh, don't play that first. I'm so used to playing decks where the order doesn't matter that I get caught up on this. When I started playing this deck, I kept playing other cards and then the avatars, and then being like, well, that's obviously not going to work. So he's left with 2/5/2s on the board. I've still got my 8/3 dude. This could pretty much go either way over the next few... I've taken out a lot of his health. Uterra will trade with... will take out a sapling. Bramblewood will take out a sapling. No, I'm fine. Means I'm not playing any level 1s, but that's okay, because I'd rather play 2 really good level 2s than be able to buff a weak level 1. Ferocious Roar, I'm guessing, otherwise why would you play that card there? It's got to be level 1 or 2 Roar. Enrage. I was wrong, so he'll survive that. But that's okay, I'm just going to ignore... oh, damn, no, I can't just ignore the Fire Fist, can I? Crap, so Fire Fist is going to take out whoever's left alive. I might chuck a Bramblewood in front of the Fire Fist. Sorry, Packmaster, but the situation calls for other cards over you. I'm going to buff the Savant. Savant's buff will go to the Bramblewood, and Grove Huntress will go to the Life Shaper. I still have a 5/2 on the board. I'm not too worried about it, because I've got some pretty tough cards in the middle, and the potential to keep on buffing by playing level 1s. Perfect draw for a level 2 Rune Grove there. I might even play a Root Forged, buffing my Bramblewood again. Like I said, after a few buffs, the Bramblewood, they're just unstoppable, especially if you can get a Mossbeard out. Because they have to really, like... he'll be able to do 14 damage to the dude this turn. As long as he doesn't have a Ferocious Roar, I'm okay. So, this is going to take out my Savant, most likely. I would use the Fire Fist on the Savant in his shoes. Because the thing is also, no one considers the Ramblewoods to be a threat. I think of this as like a forest deck. Nice. He still dies though. It's like a forest deck. Like you just put out a heap of trees and they slowly advance. Like they're unthreatening because they're trees. Bramblewood. Everyone's like, oh well, that's a weird card to play. Okay, you do whatever you like, mate. But they just keep on coming and keep on coming and eventually kick yo ass. So I'm just going to play a Root Forged in front of the Sapling and a Rune Grove in front of the Master of Elements. When I level up, that'll be a 16/16, which is a very nice card to have at the start of level 1 or level 3. The alternatives are I could just Gemhide Basher the Master of Elements, and that way my 16/16 doesn't take 9 damage. Actually, I might just Rune Grove. Is that a good play? Oh, I can't decide now. If I Gemhide, then the Master of Elements definitely dies. Let's do that. And it doesn't matter if he takes the damage before or after he levels, because it won't affect it. So let's block that damage. And start level 3 with a 16/11 on the board and a 9/2. And a kind of nice handful of cards. The 14/14 I'm not going to play. Oh, I could play. I'd rather play a Mossbeard at this point, just to start really supporting my Bramblewoods that I got out. So I'm going to play a Bramblewood and a Mossbeard, in the hope that... Well, he definitely doesn't have a Colour Weak, because that's not a Tempest or Uterra card. Free Static Shock. Free... Oh, what was that? That was very nice. I might... Okay, I'm gonna... My Rune Grove's gonna die, but I'm gonna replace it with another Rune Grove and a Bramblewood over in the corner. Oh no, I'll play a Bramblewood here, because that'll still take him out. And a Rune Grove. Fuck it, let's play the Mossbeard. Yeah, let's do it. That was a risky play, but I'm hoping he'll get a bad draw because he hasn't been playing leveling cards. Oh, just like I did. A lovely, lovely, really shitty draw. What can I do there? I can play something in Raw. I can Botanimate a level 1 he has. I can buff something very slightly with the Grove Huntress. I can play a Bramblewood. Or if he has something that I can take out really quickly, I will with Gemhide, but that's really hopeful of me. Crap. Damn it. Now they trade. I was hoping to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Oh god, I can't even... That's a horrible... Not much I can do here. It's really disappointing. Yeah, so I'm gonna end up with a serious board disadvantage no matter what here. If I Grove Huntress and buff it, then she survives slightly longer against the Sapling, but it's not a great card. Bramblewood here stops the Wildwood's damage coming through. I mean, either way, I'm still dealing with a 9/9. Oh well. Let's play this, and then a Grove Huntress in front of the Master of Elements, I guess. Buffing the Bramblewood very slightly. That was a really bad draw. Hopefully next time I get a Shaper and a level 2. Level 3 Shaper, level 2 something else. That would be really lovely. That would get me back in the game a little bit at least. 2 level 2 Shapers I'll take. Oh, and a Shard Plate. Shard Plates are really tough at level 3 because they start getting 6/6 a turn. I'm most likely going to play the Shaper taking out the Sapling, or no, Shaper, I don't know. I'll see what he plays. Because I've still got that fucking Master of Elements to deal with. Shaper in front of the Master of Elements means that the Shaper's just... No. Nope, never mind. None of that. Oh god, he's really gotten a lucky draw there. Crap. So... Shit. Okay, Root Forge will trade with the Master of Elements. I pretty much have to do that at this stage. Crap! He's got it. Fuck. Okay, I'm really screwed at this point. This has not been showing off the deck as well as I'd hoped. There's still a chance I can come back from this, but honestly, with the Dryad out, it's looking pretty unlikely. Crap. So I'm going to pretty much... At this stage, I'm almost declaring this game. What do I want to play? A Shard Plate? Shard Plate just in the hope of getting somewhere with it. I should have put that down and then traded with the Wildwood before attacking. Crap! Yep, okay, I'm pretty screwed at this point. I swear, this is actually a really good deck, and I've been doing really well with it, just the last two games have not been examples of that. I literally had, I think, like a 7 or 8, maybe even 9 game run. I just kept on... I said I'd stop playing when I lost, and I just kept on winning and winning, and then I ended up losing against... I can't even remember what it was. It was a deck that I wasn't expecting. But maybe it's just in the current meta. This deck does really well against, in my experience, Shapers. I mean, it was just doing really well generally, but at the moment it's really not. Why would you play a Fervent Assault on a card that's about to die and can't move? It's a really strange play. Fuck a duck! Oh, of course, because he would have had the Static Shock free spell, so he might as well use it. Okay, I'm screwed. I'm gonna Echo Wisp. Holy crap! Yeah, I'm just boned. The Shard Plate survives because he levels up. I think he may have gotten the math wrong on that one. Echo Wisp stops me from dying this turn, which is nice. But seriously, he had a good deck that he played really well. Props to him. Let's level that guy up just because I'm about to go to level 4, and if I draw him, it might help me not die quite as badly, he said optimistically. Oh, Echo Wisp. Okay, that could actually be a game changer at this stage. Because that'll just like stop any damage from going through. It'll take out all his saplings. It'll, unless he manages to do something with the Uterra, it'll take out the Spring Dryad. Okay, that could save me. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I'm really keen to see what happens here. And now he's going to play a... Oh, crap. Even the Echo Wisp won't take out the Spring Dryad now. Especially he gets a free spell, which will... Ah, no. Okay, so I just lose this turn. That really solves that problem. That's pity. Kind of hoping that would be closer than it was. I'm just going to play a super rushed game against the computer just so I can get my last daily reward. If you want to stop watching, I'll try not to say anything interesting from this point on. Actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the recording because I discovered you can do that. And I'll come back after I've won against the computer. I think it's recording again. This is the first time I've paused it. As you can see, I won. I just played a very simple random deck against a computer playing random deck on easy, and I got a Grave Pact and Silver, so that was definitely worth finishing the video for. Thanks very much for watching. I think tonight, I know I said I was going to build a robot deck. I think I'm going to play that deck again because it is a good deck. I think I played it really badly. Leave a comment with any tips on what you think I should have done better, because I'm pretty sure there was some plays that I screwed up there. So yeah, as you're watching, if you're like, oh, you obviously should have done X, Y, Z, let me know. I'm really keen to keep on learning. I'm Peter C. Hayward. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later today.